you know?
All right, Grasshoppers, we are live Thursday, 2:00, the Larry Melnick Show. Gresh was just talking about his shot that he got, survived that fine. You're all set, right, Gresh?
Well, no, I'm fine. Like nothing happened to me. It was nothing. You don't have to worry about anything when you get it, except for sweats and a headache and a couple of these. And you're okay other than that. What the hell are you wearing, Tom?
Did you know I was on Survivor?
You are a survivor?
That's my Survivor buff. They call that a buff.
Well, I saw you working out yesterday. You should probably go to the doctor. I saw something hanging between your leg, by your feet down there.
Hanging me what?
I wasn't sure.
This is
Hey, Jeff, don't tell me he's working out now with no pants on.
Well, it looked like it to me, Dave.
What is wrong with
you?
you?
Gotta look at him with no shirt on.
Oh my God! It was like, oh Jesus.
Herb, did you know I was on Survivor?
Tom's got. Well, this leads into another thing. Hey Mel, how you doing?
Yeah.
Anyway, this leads into something else because I thought maybe you had a little bit of elephantitis there. Speaking of elephants.
So listen, it seems like Mel dressed down today. No hat, no vest. I brought some extra props. Gresh has got all kinds of props and homework done. So, David, I know you're probably up all night getting ready for the show, right?
Yeah. I was up.
I only got one question left in case Dave has to leave early. Dave, you know who this is?
The guy in the suit.
The guy, not the short guy, the tall guy.
The tall guy?
Yeah.
I can't see. I can't tell who that is.
Yeah, well, you didn't recognize him one time. You sat across from him in the lounge where you guys eat, the press or whatever.
Yeah.
He was a goaltender for us way back.
Oh, Dougie Sautart? Oh, that's Soapy. Yeah, I recognize him now. Yeah. Yeah.
So Mel, did you give in to pressure and get rid of the vest? Is that what happened?
Well, I thought that was enough.
Okay.
We'll bring it back next week. 3 weeks in a row. Like, Tommy, your obsession with black has got me worried. Like, this show, I thought we're trying to work on issues and stuff, but
look at the buff. It's got all kinds of colors in it.
But you have the same black T-shirt every week. Come on, let's change it up just a tad, eh?
This is actually a dark blue. It's a Navy SEAL T-shirt, actually. So
Tommy, is that buff thing actually from Survivor? Is that like
yes.
one of your?
Yeah. See, yeah.
Like, what else did you come away with? Like,
I brought all my clothes that I wore there. I smelled terrible, but then the water bottle. That's about it. Wasn't much else.
You smell terrible then or now?
Both. Mel, so a little addition to the Love Me wall.
excuse me.
Did you get that? Did you get that specially made for the show?
Who made that for me, Tom?
Steve Smith.
See? Excellent. You are listening. See? Is it better to talk? Pardon?
Is that your neighbor, Larry?
Yeah.
Steve Smith. There you go.
Same name as the guy that took your job.
That's right. And shot the puck into his own net.
Yeah, pay attention.
My neighbor, somebody on the show wanted to see the rings, and I have them in the safety deposit box at the bank. I haven't been to the bank for I don't know how long. So I said, make me something up quickly for the show. So he made it up in a couple of days or whatever, printed it off. It's just a paper, just like the other one I had with all my teams and that. So those are the two rings. The one on the left is the first one when we beat the Islanders to break their 4 in a row. That's like a blue sapphire, half carat. Nice ring. I think I punched a wall and put a crack in the top of it, so I don't wear that one. And then the other one at the time, that's 1985, the one on the right. I think I had it appraised at the time for about $25,000 or $30,000. I don't know what it's worth, whatever somebody would pay for it now, but I broke that one too, not on purpose, just underneath. I was playing golf and I cracked the underneath of it. So that ring at the time, I think was upwards of a carat diamond, which was the biggest diamond of any sports single diamond. Now they've got platters, right? Like I did a
Who asked you about the rings? Like, you're going to spend half an hour describing these rings? What? Holy
I think
smokes.
Tony or Susan or somebody wanted to know about the freaking
Hey,
ring.
once again, I'm telling you, I would love to be able to describe my ring. So, Larry, go ahead. Let him see.
So you know what the real three rings are, right?
What?
There's what the audience thinks of this. Huh?
Oh, no, Doug, are you kidding me?
The
I'm going
public
back
is
to
limited.
Oh, but there's the engagement ring,
This
the
is
wedding ring, and then
riveting. Mel, why don't you describe like how your grass grows too? Maybe that'd be exciting.
Anyways, so Tom,
Yes.
anyway, so I'm going. I do a couple of charity events with some of the Calgary Flames, and Jamie McCowan comes up, and he's got his Detroit Red Wings ring. Dave, I'll talk to you, Dave, because you're a nice guy. And he's got it in his pocket because the thing is so damn big that
Wow.
he doesn't want to wear it. But these two rings they're small, they're classy, and now the rings that they make are just so huge that guys don't even wear them. So,
Right.
anyways, okay, I'm not saying another word the rest of the day. Good night.
you get that in writing.
Did you see the? Hold on, Mel. Did you see the article I sent you about the sea turtles down in Florida that were dying?
Well, see, that to me compared to the Stanley Cup ring, who gives a rat's ass?
About your rings?
No, the turtles.
We just talked for half an hour about your rings, Mel.
Well, at least you're starting to communicate. You actually sent me an email out of the blue. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. So yeah, there's, I don't know, dozens and dozens of turtles off the Florida coast that are lackluster. And I told you the other day or the week ago, or whatever, they're in a stunned state because they're lacking glucose, Tom. So they're on antibiotics, and they went to Breward Hospital. So they're
Broward?
Broward.
Breward or Broward?
I think it's Breward. Broward.
That's where the hospital for turtles is.
Yeah.
Breward. They're Breward.
Most people
Breward, Florida,
vacate. Yeah. Most people
Broward
vacate
Hospital's overrun
Broward.
with dozens of turtles.
with no glucose.
They got no glucose, so they're on antibiotics. And then they ran out of antibiotics, so that was a problem.
Right.
But
I heard it was like a strain on the system down there, like the medical system down there.
yeah,
Yeah.
tough times in Florida. And the guys are golfing right now in Florida too. It's beautiful out. It's like 80 degrees. So
Well,
Nice.
the players kicks off today, right?
yeah, they're
that off.
on right now.
Okay, that's in case.
What's that for, Gresh?
That's a hole in one that I had. One of the many.
And then, was that another Bobby? Was that a Bobby Orr tournament or?
Well, I wish it would have been. I would have got his autograph again. But
Yeah.
no, so,
So David Panarin is back with the team skating, but not playing
Back
tonight, right?
skating. Yep. He is minutes away from being back in the lineup. Apparently, won't play tonight.
He's-
Sure, they're
he
playing on
needs to rest
Saturday.
or something?
What's that?
He needs to rest. Is that why he can't play tonight?
Oh boy. Yeah. Well, so. Yeah. Yeah, I guess he needs to rest, Tom. You got the grass out. You know about this thing about the body and the physiology of the body. The guy does need to rest. That's
Yeah, it's true. It's
that's
true.
the thing. So
That's true. Gresh, I can't help it. I'm sorry, but you got another box on top of your freezer there. It's just throwing me off.
food.
Looks like cleaning supplies.
Well, for the inside.
Nice.
I unpacked it, part of it yesterday. But I can't unpack it all today. I was too busy.
So Gresh, so Mel says he's not talking the rest of the show. Have you done any homework for the show?
Well, I want to know if you guys could tell me what the 9 records in the NHL that'll never be broken.
Let's go. Fire away. This is open up to everybody, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Points in a season.
Okay, that's one. That's number 1. No, that's number 2.
once
Who
in a-
has the record?
What?
what was that? Once in a what?
The 9.
Goals in a season.
Oh yeah.
That's number 3.
Assists in a season. All by Gretzky.
Well, that goes into number 1. That's the points in the
Points.
season.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
how about his 50 and 39 or whatever?
What's that?
He got 50 goals in 39 games, right?
Yeah. Well, that one didn't even put in the top 9.
Wow.
But I mean, it should be probably 1A, right?
Most
So-
power play goals.
No. Okay, here number 4. He scored 10 points in a game.
Daryl Sittler.
There you go.
How about the Islanders winning 19 consecutive playoff rounds? Is that in there?
That's a good one.
No, they didn't put that one in either. Imagine that.
That's a good one, though.
That could be number 1AA.
Right. No teams will stay together that long anymore.
Yeah, and then you got number 5 as 120 plus 124 in a season.
Or
Yes, Tom. Bobby Orr, you hear that? Okay, good. Numbers. The only guy to score 5 goals in a game, all different ways.
Mario.
Yeah, imagine that.
Yeah.
We were happy to score one of those ways in a game, and he gets them all 5 in one.
Yeah.
And then number 6. Tom wasn't around for this one yet. 35 consecutive games without a loss.
Philadelphia.
Philly.
Yeah,
Right. Flyers, right?
it was because of us. He got a whole bunch of those.
Yeah.
He got-
Yeah. That was a frightening group, that group.
Yeah, they were pretty ugly. That was the year they lost to the Islanders in the finals, right?
Yeah.
Did we lose? Did we lose to them that year?
That was the Islanders' first cup, right? We lost the first round. The year after we went to the finals, we lost the first round next year.
No, we didn't. We beat Atlanta, then we lost to Philly.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Atlanta, right.
Then, well, this one here is pretty easy. The oldest guy to play in the league, what was his age?
51.
Close. Okay, a quick story about Dave and the 51-year-old, but he was 52. He was 51 when he outskated you, Dave, that time.
Yeah, I got a double minor with him. I got a double minor with so I'm thinking, okay, like if this ends up in a fight, I'm probably going to lose. So I'm 24, so I get beat up by a 52-year-old, and then even if I did win the fight, it'd be like beating up a 54-year-old. So there was no win. So I just went to the box. Didn't want to challenge him.
I remember sitting on the bench, and I was going down the ice for an icing, and Dave's turning around chasing him. And there was, faster, Dave, go fast. He's only 50. And somebody 51. Oh, God, laugh.
Well, nobody even like really went near him, right? Like he just.
I have a picture of him, me and him behind the net. I'm trying to get away from him, and he's holding me. It looks like I'm trying to get a penalty on him, right? I'm trying to get the guy. Okay, number 9. Longest consecutive shutout streak.
Oh boy, that's a good one.
330.
This guy was a client. He was a client of mine, actually.
And Tom Laidlaw was his agent.
Oh, Brian Boucher.
Yeah. I
That
didn't know
guy's a good dude, right, Tom?
Yeah, good guy. Really funny. He's great. Really funny. He's got does great impressions of people.
Yeah,
He's got a kid that's potentially a first rounder, right?
Yeah, Ty.
Second, yeah. I guess big winger.
great, Tom, until he fired you, right?
Yeah, he didn't fire. He was happy with me when he had 5 shutouts, but when he couldn't stop the puck anymore, he fired me. So
Yeah. Well, it's always the case, right, Tom?
yeah, it's the Eason's fault.
They never give you the credit, boy, when it's going good.
Yeah, and I was totally responsible for the 5 shutouts too.
And then that was the top 9. I made the 10th one up.
Games played.
No. This is a very important one, Mel. Gretzky set the record or tied the record for most points. Who were the 2 guys to get assists on that goal?
No, it was Bernie Nichols' goal.
Well, Bernie Nichols' goal and Gretzky and another guy got an assist on that goal, and to tie the record with Gordy Who.
I know the answer, so I'm not going to say.
Wasn't Larry Melnick.
It wasn't Larry. So, Larry, I'll help you out, Larry. It wasn't you. It wasn't Dave, and it wasn't me.
His only assist of the year.
Oh, where is the sexy vest and fedora?
Christine Brown. Wow. Nice.
Good one, Mel. Okay.
That was good.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's me.
Next week, Christine, I'll go back to something next week. It'll be a little different.
Mel, what are you wearing anyway? What shirt do you have on?
Well, because you have this obsession with black, I got a black t-shirt on with a Daniel Hector charcoal sweater. But like I told you last week, your outfits are not complete without a nice watch that will match. So a nice black watch, right? Because I got a subscription to GQ, not that you guys care, and I didn't say I was going to say anything, but here's Russell Wilson and his
Which one's
looking Sierra. Look what they're wearing, Tom. Black pants.
Black.
I bought 5 pairs of those boots because I get drunk on Thursday night and help out Dave's wife at Amazon. He's got a Rolex watch in gold, and she's got a nice 3/4 length wool jacket. So
Did you get the boots? Did you get the boots she's wearing?
I didn't even
I got
notice
those for my
she
wife.
got on.
You got the boots that she's wearing, Mel? Is that what you got?
No, boots he was wearing. Camel.
And
So anyways,
what
Denise,
kind
Listen, her boots look pretty good too.
And what kind of gasoline smelling perfume do you have on today?
I'm glad you brought, hold on, one topic at a time. You cut me off. Now you're cutting me off about the rings and shit. So hold on.
Were you done with
Pardon?
Were you done with the rings? You weren't done
Oh,
with them?
there's a huge story behind the rings, but I don't know if I'm mad now, so I don't know if I'm going to talk about it.
Well, apparently you are.
Anyways, so when the Rangers went off the board and drafted Tom in the 6th round, like, I don't know, like who even scouts out like down there? Who is scouting?
Ray Clearwater, as a matter of fact.
Out of Florida?
Mel, that's funny. That's funny.
That's
Listen,
where
Mel.
Like, seriously. Anyways, so like I said, when you wear clothes, your wardrobe is not complete without the watch that matches the clothes, etc. So because you're a jack of all trades, Tom, like you got webcasts, podcasts, working out, I look at your workouts as weightlifting equals pain. So why would someone do it, right? But anyways, since you're a jack of all trades, today I have on Swiss Army. Okay?
Is that a knife?
The Swiss Army knife, right?
What does it smell like? Elk or something like that? Like, is it?
Instead of being $130 cologne, it's $19.95, which is right in your. So, yeah,
That's $19 too much for me.
that's Canadian. That's $10 US.
$10 too much.
Anyways, Denise has an issue with what you wore all black at the gym the other day, and Denise says, "How the hell would you even think about wearing white socks with everything else black?"
That's what those were.
Well, I'm there to work out. I'm really not there to put on a fashion show or something like that.
Obviously.
Yeah. Fairly self-evident.
Obviously. Mel, you're on a roll today. Don't stop.
He's butter. Mel is butter today.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you pissed me off with the ring thing. Now I'm irritated.
Yeah, right off the bat.
Well, no, do you want me to just? I mean, listen. I'm here to protect the fans and the listeners from your like misinformation or going on, and it was dragging on. It's like,
But it's fact.
Mhm.
And anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, I just got to clear up an issue from last week. This Brant Myers thing. After having a wobbly pop on Thursday and going over the show, I remembered that I did not lose that fight as he has stated in his book, because I remember Esposito coming up to me and saying, "What the hell are you fighting that big ass for?" I said, "Well, because I wanted you to sign me." And then the reporter comes up to me and says, "We want to do an article on you." But the next day I got cut. So that's the end of that story.
wow. Well, that's another good story there. I'll tell you what. So just keep going. You want to just keep going, telling stories, Mel, for the rest of the show? Or what?
Let's talk about your bandana then, Tom.
It's called a buff.
Yeah.
It is. Now, do you use that as a COVID thing, Tom? You put it over like the young kids?
We could.
That's
We could.
their
It's not
style,
good.
right? Yeah. That's
Just a survivor on there, Mel.
Survivor.
You look better like that, too.
Oh God.
Yeah.
You go like this.
Now it looks like you got your bandana sticking on a big thumb.
Wow. Wow.
Hot. Ah, okay.
All right, so okay, that's about it for me. I'm done for today.
That was good work, though, Gresh. I like that. It was good work.
No, I was thinking about I love watching these elephants. You ever see them on TV? How they go knock a tree down? Like, man, they can run 25 miles an hour.
35 in Canada.
35 in Canada. That's right.
It's kilometers.
Yeah.
Kilometers in Canada.
They don't know the difference, though.
How many kilometers is 25 miles an hour?
Yeah, they don't know the difference, though, so they just keep going. Mel, you got any? How are you doing, bud? I mean, so you know what? I need to apologize. I have been picking on you lately, and I know you got a lot of stuff going on from the time you're a child, and we've talked about before what an inspiration you are to people going through all the stuff you've gone through, right? So,
Well,
sorry.
finish the rings. I want to hear about the rings. I didn't hear anything about them.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I think I'm done. No.
Are you sulking now?
Yeah, I'm gonna pout. Isn't that one of my nicknames you gave me? Pout face.
Yep.
Out face. Oh,
Has anybody heard from Sir James?
No.
haven't they started up? Don't they start up soon?
The 12th, I think he said, right?
I
Yeah.
think they're in
Quarantine.
Saskatchewan, right? Regina. Are they not? Or where are they? Where are they playing?
I
at?
thought he said they were playing. Aren't they playing in a bubble or something?
Yeah.
Nine, I thought he said.
Yeah.
In China.
So Dave was on a show with Kevin Allen and I from the liquor store. Whoops, hold on. People are impressed by the liquor store.
The liquor stores. Yeah. Did yeah, it was good. It was good. We talked with I was asked to be on one of Tom's other shows, which was an honor. You know, I don't want to get on with like sometimes he gets on there with the Marines and stuff like that. It's not that I don't have an interest, but I don't have anything to offer in that group. Nothing.
They're pretty cool guys. The Navy SEAL guys are good. Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
So I've had you on another show. I've had Ron on another show. Huh. So
2 out of 3.
yeah.
I'm good, thanks.
You know what, Mel? You and I should do a show like a on money, like MSNBC kind of show, talking about the stock market and everything. What do you think?
We could try, yeah.
You know what I'll do? I'll get on Mike Ozanian from Forbes magazine. He does all the valuations on sports teams. He's a good buddy of mine. We'll get him on with you. We'll talk a little current affairs in the market.
Mel, how's Silver,
Don't get so excited, Mel.
how's Silver doing? Good.
I don't know. I don't really follow it.
Or you don't?
Gold got hammered the other day. That's why the markets were off, but now they're screaming again. So it's all this Bitcoin and I don't know, with cryptocurrency and all this stuff is running the markets. I don't know. I don't get it. But
Dave, how are we feeling about the whole ESPN thing coming back on board with the NHL?
It's probably pretty good, right? I mean, it's everywhere. ESPN, you know, there are teams in the league that you go stay at their hotels or wherever. They don't have NBC, don't have the Sportsnet on there. But everywhere you go, it's ESPN. And so they'll brand it and they'll use their different platforms. I think it's a good thing. They haven't excluded NBC, right? There's still the other half of the package. I think it sounds like they're going to put it out to CBS, Fox, and NBC to see how that works. So you got to give the commissioner credit, you know. I tell you, he's you know, they've run a pretty good business on a relative basis. So,
I mean, God bless them.
yeah.
Dave, they're calling it a media rights deal. Is it just TV or is it just live
Well,
streaming?
it'll include streaming. It'll include, all the things that are, I suppose, the visual aspects of media. So there's so many different ways that, you know, the younger generation watch programming now. It's on their phone, stream it, you know, lots of different ways. So it's, you know, not, I don't know about your kids. Do your kids sit down and watch a game, Gresh?
They do on different outlets.
Right.
Sometimes they watch 3 games at one time on different outlets.
Right.
You know,
So a lot of the kids are in, you know, I wouldn't even say kids. It's probably a couple generations. They know the fantasy leagues, right?
Yeah.
I think that they got there's all kinds of stuff. They're betting and they're gambling and
Sure.
like. But doesn't ESPN? They're affiliated with ABC, right? Aren't they?
Yeah, they own ABC. Or so ABC bought Disney. ABC bought Disney, and ESPN was part of Disney. I think that's how it played out.
Yeah, because there's ESPN, ESPN2, there's ESPN Plus.
Oh, there's all kinds of them. They got the sport. They got the college channel. They've got
Well, there's hockey on ESPN Plus now.
right. The so it'll be. I think it's good. Most, they had to basically coming out of the lockout. They gave away the media rights, right, just to get back on. They were on that outdoor network or something that ended.
Was it Versa or something?
Versus, yeah. That was Joe Beninati on Versus. Joe Beninati from Washington. Yeah.
That's right.
So yeah, I think it's good. I think it should be good. Yeah, I think so. More money in the kitty for the players and owners, I suppose. Right?
No kidding. What and any news out of Buffalo? Like Buffalo seems like they're just going nowhere, right? They're sending a trade stall.
Well, I'm sure they've got a lot of those guys. They're going to move there's a couple of defensemen that are on last year, a 1-year deal. But the big thing is Eichel, right? Yeah. If he's going to last in Buffalo, it's funny, boy. A lot of those the young guys don't get a chance to learn to play the right way. And I can't say that he has or hasn't. I think the guy's a pretty good player. Yeah. And, but you pay him $10 million a year at 20 years old, and there's not really a structure around. You've had 5 different coaches and 4 different general managers.
God, I know the feeling.
Right? We had a lot of them, right, Crash?
13 head coaches.
Right.
Yeah, figure out which way that team's supposed to go.
Right.
You were there, Dave. You were there for most of it.
Yeah. No, that's the.
You had 9 or 10. Your 10 years, your 11 years you were there, whatever, 12 years.
And Jean-Guy Talbot.
Oh, you had
Beaulieu, remember him? Beaulieu?
The Cat, you had the Cat, and then you had Ron Francis for a while.
Ron Francis, yeah. How about that training camp? Remember that?
Not Ron Francis. Emile the Cat Francis? Or?
Emile Francis?
No, Ron Stewart. Ron Stewart. Yeah, Ron Stewart. Yeah.
That training camp, I remember standing in line to get, you go through and you get the needles and that.
Yeah.
And they were going like, okay, the needles. I think I was standing with, I don't remember, Dave Ferris, whoever it was. And they go, needle. I go, yeah. They go, the lady goes, she turns around. She was maybe like, I don't know how old she was, probably my age now. Turns around. I go, you already gave it to me. She goes, okay, next.
Needle.
I wasn't letting her go like this into my arm.
Yeah. No. I remember that. Yeah, who are these 2 old guys talking about? Holy God. Oh, well. All right, Tom, take it over. You're up.
Okay. So Mel goes off on his tangent about the rings. You guys are talking about Ron Francis coaching you back in the 70s.
The only thing Gresh started missing is sitting on a bench out in front of a bank or something like that. That girl's pretty, isn't she, Gresh?
Darn straight. So Mel, how you doing, bud? Seriously, let's get serious about all this. How you doing? Like your cold sweats and like that, nightmares?
No, I'm good. What would you get a needle at training camp for, Gresh?
I have no idea. That's why I didn't take it.
Yeah.
They were giving people tetanus shots or something early, whatever. I don't know what they were doing. No, they were taking blood. That's what they were doing, taking blood.
Yeah.
That's how they take the blood out. You don't maybe in Vancouver they cut your arm or something and leak it out, but
turn you to the side, lock off.
As long as you don't take Mel's left off, or he throws with his left. Mel, what's going on with the Canucks there? What's the update on them? Coach getting fired or what?
Well, Jimmy
Jennings, right?
Well, they did until they played
Last
Montreal again last night. They got
last night. That's right.
yeah. Jim Benning gave Green a vote of confidence. Aquilini gave Green and Benning a vote of confidence a few weeks ago. They did okay for 3 games. Besser and Peterson's been out. He's out a week or so.
How much is he? Does he weigh more than 130 pounds, that guy?
I think he's about 155.
Is that what he's like?
160. Yeah, he's about 6'2", 155. I don't know. A lot of these guys are frail guys, right? They're not big, thick guys like we used to be, I think, anyway.
No, I mean, like he's so thin, he has to watch he doesn't fall through his backside there and hang himself.
Yeah. But he can sure shoot the puck. These guys can sure shoot the puck.
Listen to me. They can all.
Timers, unbelievable.
I was watching some of the LA game last night, and there was some. I can't remember his kid's name now. He started scoring goals lately. He scored like 3 the night before.
Oh, Kempe. The winner? You scored the first one last night?
Yeah, he can he can get down around. He can go from like goal line back to the other goal line, all the way down to the other end on the right side, and then from the left side, all the way past it on the other side. And I'd be just hitting the blue line. Like these guys are so fast, it's scary. I can see why they get hurt sometimes. Like when we slid into the boards, it took us a long time before we got to the boards. They slid into the boards, they go in like there, and they
So what do we think of Tom Wilson getting 7?
Well, Kevin Allen made a good point that in a shortened season like this, 7 games is really like 10 games, right?
Right.
So the problem I'm having, he's a repeat offender. Like that kid could have got hurt. The kid did get hurt, but could have got hurt a lot worse. It's not like it's like one time and it's, oh, well, sorry, I didn't mean for it to happen. He's had a history of doing this. So
Right.
yeah, that was a pretty hard hit to the head.
Well, you know, the interesting thing is, too, when you think about the Players Association, I mean, normally they're trying to fight suspensions so they're not as long and all that. But in this case, well, a lot of these injury cases where it's also another member of the Players Association that is getting hit, too. So,
no, well, I always think, too, like if you're Washington, you got at some point say, Tom, like we can't be losing you for 7 games or 9 games. You're a good player.
Yeah.
Need you in the lineup.
and there's no way he's going to get away with anything. Anything he does, they're all take a look at it.
No, the guy, I think he's unique in the league. I mean, that guy, he can play with Ovechkin and Kuznetsov and Backstrom, and then, and he can kill penalties on a power play. And the guy's, but I think he has to play that physical game too. But I don't know. I think 7, he makes, what does he make? $5.5 million a year, I think.
Yeah.
So that's nice. That's a nice little bite in the old arse when it comes to money.
How about Ovechkin with the spear and only getting a $5,000 fine, right? Oh,
That's as bad as anything you can do.
Yeah.
I mean,
he does have a history of getting away with a lot of stuff, right?
Ovechkin, yeah. No, it's I don't like how about the Islanders playing good? Islanders got a good team. They're really I watched them play the Bruins the other night. That was a hell of a game. There was like 40 faceoffs only, 39 faceoffs. So it's just back and forth, no icings, no offsides.
yeah, that was your 2-1 game.
Yeah, no, shootout, right? So anyway, you going to play golf, Larry? How's the weather up there?
It's been nice. Finally, after a bunch of rain. So yeah, I walked the course 5 times out of the last 10 days. So been playing every day.
So lake feels good.
Well, I put on the brace. It's I'm hobbling a little bit, but I've been putting in the 80s, which is good in the mush. So the big thing is it recovers the next day. It's not overly painful the next day, which is good. So and supposedly, if I wear this brace long enough, it'll take a little bit of space in between. Instead of rubbing, it'll kind of unload some of the pressure. So hopefully in a couple of weeks, I can be able to walk pain-free, but we'll see. So
good.
And because I have a subscription to Men's Health and Tom thinks that golf is stupid, you walk 6 miles. So that's 30 miles I walked in the last 10 days. All right. So it is a form of exercise, Tom.
I agree with that. There's no question about that. But you don't have to golf to do that. Just go for a walk.
Did you play golf or just walk the course?
I played.
Oh, okay. I was just asking.
What I know we covered this last week. You had that big meeting 2 weeks ago. What came from that? Everything's good.
Yeah, everything's good.
Good. All worked out.
Yeah. Well, do you want me to tell you the specifics of the meeting, like what bar I went to and to meet the guy and opened up an account and he gave me $500,000? Do you want me to tell you about that, or you want me to lie?
Jeez, I asked you if the meeting went well. Like the animosity is built up here. Man, we used to be really.
He's a little sensitive, but I do think he does have reason to be sensitive. It's like, he doesn't know whether if you're being serious with him or you're just kind of leading them out there, Tom. Listen, I don't know.
But I think
they kind of say it all the time. But
Dave, you're the only one that listens. Like
What's that?
When I come to New York, Dave, can I come and stay at your house and I'll go help you work at the liquor store? Like that's how
Good. Yeah, you're always welcome here.
Thank you.
Dave, in fairness to Tom, though, I thought the history that I had with Larry as a friend would just be a given that I'm on his side. So if I say they're slightly critical, it's more to help.
I apologize, Tom. I forgot that aspect of your relationship. But as an outsider, if you weren't really privy to that, you're going, look, poor guy can't say anything because he's like, okay. And you're like, all right, he's got some stuff to say.
Look at Joe. Joe understands. I'm a sensitive guy deep down. Rough exterior, deep down, sensitive, caring,
empathetic.
Yes, sir.
Oh, how's the manscaping going? People want to know.
There was something I was going to say about the manscaping. Well, my hair grew back so I could take the hat off, so it's not too bad. It's still what you call the Viking haircut, but it's fine. Yesterday was a cleanup on aisle 5. Just do a little cleanup. I didn't shave, but you got to clean it up.
Right.
But
I like that they took that video of you after a couple of wobbly pops there doing some home improvement. That was good.
Yeah, I like that too.
That's a good one.
I got to say though, when you're doing the manscaping, and I hope people don't take this the wrong way, but as we get older, the old powder bag's a little longer than the rifle, if you know what I mean.
Oh, God.
Oh my God. I had to get about as much use out of both of them at this stage of the
You guys continue.
Did you practice that or something? Did you rehearse? Oh, man.
Stuff just comes to my head, Tom. You know what? The wobbly pops, for some people, they forget stuff. The wobbly pops for us, I think, brings back memories. And I'm serious. You have a couple of beers and I start remembering stuff and it just starts. And then I
agree.
Well,
I agree.
Next Thursday we have to have one of those because it's St. Patty's Day, isn't it? Close around there.
Wednesday. Yeah,
So
St. Patty's Day.
We'll celebrate. We'll do like we'll be the real Irish like Dave is. We'll do it the whole week.
There you go. So we're having some Day on Thursday then, right?
What?
We'll celebrate St. Patrick's Day on Thursday. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
We'll start Wednesday, and then we'll just work our way through till Thursday.
That'd be good because Rangers play Monday, Wednesday, Friday next week. So Thursday would be a good day to.
Yeah. I want to have.
Yeah. I'm going to go the Irish whiskey route, actually.
Whiskey?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to go get myself a bottle of Irish mist and.
Right.
Should we dress appropriately too, like some green vest or something like that?
Yeah, I have a green Saskatchewan Rough Riders shirt I'm gonna wear.
Powder bag moment of the week. Brought to you by Melnick Financial Services. The powder bag moment.
See, now here's what you've done there. You scarred some people. Like they take
What a visual. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get some good writers out there, crowd.
That's a good one right there. Like my ex-wife used to say to me, 2 things she used to say to me all the time.
Who?
She'd go, I go, what's that? She goes, the first one you never listen. I don't know.
Oh,
Oh, God.
Back to the Canucks. I didn't finish with the Canucks if you guys care, but so they lose to Montreal 5-1, play the Craps again. Like it's every other day they play lousy, but now there's rumors that, you know, they got rid of Stetcher, they got rid of Tanev, and I guess Tanev was pretty influential in the room. And the guys they brought in, I guess it takes time to gel a bit, but I think they're going to try and trade Tanner Pearson. Virtanen's on the block, but they got big contracts. Smith's making $6 million. Myers, Ferland's got a concussion, he's out. Beagle's making $2 or $3 million. Guys that shouldn't be making big whacks of dough are just fringe players, right? So I think there's going to be a trade here pretty quick. But then they got to make your division, right? And then Edmonton's coming to town, and Edmonton's on a bit of a roll now. They put Draisaitl and McDavid back together, and Draisaitl gets 5 points last night.
It's a good year for a lot of guys.
yeah, definitely.
Those two guys are scary.
Yeah.
Draisaitl and McDavid. Oh, man. You know.
So, who's our biggest? What team is our biggest disappointment of the year so far in the NHL?
Biggest disappointment. Colorado.
Ah,
They won. They won last. They won 2-1 last night in overtime. I think it was, or shootout.
I mean, they're
Yeah,
only 3 points out of behind Vegas, and they played, but they're still. But I think they'll be fine once McKinnon gets back into the rhythm. Let's see who else here.
who's our biggest surprise on the positive side then? I'm saying Florida.
Yeah. Well, it's like it has to turn at some point, right? Like Florida got to turn. Quenneville's proven to be a pretty good coach.
How about Dallas isn't doing that well?
Yeah, Dallas is not very good either.
Yeah.
How about Barry Trotz? 1,700 games he's coached.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
He's a Western Canadian boy, right? Out of Winnipeg?
Yeah,
Dauphin, Manitoba.
Northern Manitoba.
Right.
Yeah, you can.
Isn't that where Goring's from too? Butch Goring?
Yeah, it's one of the places you can ride your ski whiz or whatever you call that thing in the snow all year round.
Ski whiz?
Skidoo.
Like that cheese?
Do it. You can ride those things all year round in Flin Flon.
Speaking of cheese, Mel, how's your diet been going?
Good. Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cooking on those.
The crock pot I used the other day was I did a broccoli cheddar soup, and then I did a hot sausage lentil soup. So
Nice.
Really good. What are you using for your broth, Mel? Like you get store-bought broth?
Just a carton of regular vegetable chicken stock. So,
yeah.
But then,
maybe put some more salt in there, maybe.
Well, that's what I was going to say. And then I went and did ordered Chinese. So my fortune cookies, I thought you guys would really be interested in what my fortune cookies said. So I'm going to tell you.
I was sitting around all week waiting for that. Yeah.
Yeah. Be direct. Usually one can accomplish more that way.
That's direct or be polite?
This is your powder bag moment of the day.
Brought to you by was it Feng Wang Chinese food or
Chung.
Feng Chung?
Wang Chung is everywhere. He does everything. Wang Chung.
Wang Chung, right. Wang Chung tonight. That's right. Oh, it's good.
Gresh, how's your diet going? You're flying in your diet, right? You're like Jack LaLanne.
Large Jack LaLanne.
Muscular.
That's it. Yeah. No, it's good. I had I really got into eating the red raw beets. You know, I was telling Tommy the story, Dave, that when me and you went to, what was it called,
Mossport, Canada Jam,
and we were starving. Now, interrupting you. We were.
Mel's not talking, then the show's not going at all, right? In his mind, he's not talking. So
4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, everybody's starving. I ran into a cornfield, got some raw corn. I was eating raw corn.
Yeah,
I was had to eat something.
yeah. Yeah. No, that's
Manscaped.
probably pretty healthy though, right, Tom? You just take it right off the stem and eat it.
Yeah, corn isn't very good. It's high in the glycogen chart. So a lot of the corn turns into fat, so it's not the best vegetable to have. But
Right.
besides it, you just poop it out the next day, anyways.
Right. Rent a food.
Yeah,
There you go.
I love.
that's a good homework assignment for you right there. Why, when you eat corn and you chew it up and everything, the next day you just come out unchewed?
Magic.
Magic.
Corn.
Yeah, that is something to ponder.
Maybe Mel could do some homework. Have you done more homework, Mel? Have you got more stuff, or are you just mailing it in today?
Okay. No, I always have homework. It's just a matter. Well, am I okay to talk now, or?
For a little bit, we'll see how you're doing. Then I can cut you off in a minute.
Okay, so driving down the road downhill, we put it in third gear, right?
No.
You come to a light or a stop to a light. It's a 2-lane road. Okay. Why do people line up 7 cars back, and then the right lane is wide open, and I just go right there, right to the front of the line?
Maybe the other lane coming down. Is it a
Yeah.
2-lane?
Why do people want to go, like, don't you want to be first in line? Right. So
No, you're an innovator, is what it is. Not everybody thinks like you.
I'm telling you, Larry, you and I have too many things to think alike. I swear to God. That's why I always, oftentimes,
oh, look at now.
Who's that?
could
His girlfriend.
Michelle, how are you?
Good. How are you? Long time no see. You guys
nice.
are doing good?
Good. Can you
That's my wife, Ron.
Oh,
Oh,
Rochelle, Dave.
no, Dave, nice to see you.
Does that
Michelle,
mean
can you sit in
that
this
mean
chair?
you're gonna get with me later too?
Maybe.
Watch the show again, so she can look
Can
at
you
it.
get rid of Larry? Rochelle, can you sit in that chair? Get rid of Larry for a sec.
Should right? Like he's having so much fun though. I think I'll leave him be. He's happy. Right?
Yeah,
This is happy.
happy.
Yeah.
This is it. Bye. Anyway, bye guys. I'll let you back out.
Yes.
Later. Costco.
Yeah.
She got to go to Costco.
What a lovely human being, like inside and out. What the hell is going on?
So, anyways, why wouldn't the person that's 4th or 5th in line? Why wouldn't he go to the front of the? Why? Explain it to me, Tom.
You're an innovator.
turning right.
Pardon?
But I have the same. I'm saying, well, same way. Like why are you sitting over there? What? I'm glad they're sitting over there because then I can just go. I go into the lane that's open. That's like a downtown Greenwich here when you go out exit 3 to get on the throughway. So they're all backed up on the one lane and the other lane's wide open. So out and go.
Oh yeah, but that's Dave. If somebody does that to me where I'm first in line on the left-hand lane and somebody pulls in the right hand and tries to cut me off, man, that's road rage time right there.
Yeah, I have that too, but I do the same thing.
Yeah,
Like-
I do it.
So when
It's
you,
okay if I do it.
yeah, so when you're coming across, like say the cross county, and you kind of get on the west side, and everything's backed up on the left, and you know you can get on the right, and then just cut in.
Yeah.
You always find somebody that's not paying attention. That's what I do.
The other one going down 95, getting on a 287 too, right? That construction,
Yeah.
that one lane.
Oh, I have no time for that. I go the back ways now. I have no time to sit in the traffic.
That construction.
Larry, let me ask you something.
Yes.
How do you deal with traffic? Are you good in traffic or not so good? Or
Cannot
Yeah.
stand it.
uh,
When I got traded to New York, one of the things they asked me what was a pet peeve because I'd lived in Boston and driven in Boston, and I just said traffic, and you know what the traffic's like. So, we used to fly around here. When I got here in 1987, you'd fly around the city in 20 minutes. Now you got to give yourself an hour. Like it's ridiculous. And here's another thing: when you're merging, when you're merging, why does a person stop? When you have a merge lane, why would a person stop and have 30 cars back up behind them because they're scared to merge right onto a freeway?
Well, now we got to be a little careful because it's uncertainty. Maybe somebody isn't as confident a driver as you are, right?
There is a merge lane that's about 100 yards long. It's pretty. Who teaches these people how to drive?
Well, maybe it's an elderly person that is uncertain. Maybe the sight isn't as good or whatever.
Did they go to the same truck driving school that you did, Tom?
No, Mel. Well, maybe they did. Who knows? But I think we need to be a little bit more empathetic towards people. Okay.
Well, I don't know. It's easy to say now when you're sitting and right. You say, okay, I'm going to handle it this way. I'm going to do that until the moment you're just trying to go somewhere and somebody's in your way.
But it is bad, though, right? When you lose your control and get mad, and then you look over at the person driving and it's an elderly lady or something like that, then you feel like, I could have kept my cool a little bit, right?
Yeah, maybe.
But now, Dave, you're the elderly one.
Yeah,
this is true.
No, I've had enough issues of road rage.
So
So how about this one? I pull in a place. This is a few years ago. I'm picking up some food for my wife and I in Greenwich here. So this guy comes flying over Greenwich Avenue, right? I'm telling you. So I go to get out of my car, and I pull the door in. The guy pulls up beside me, right? So I get the window down. He pulls up. So we get into that FU battle. He spits at me.
Oh.
I swear to God, I was like Starsky and Hutch. Like within 50 yards, I had him cut off. And that was. Thank God I didn't hit him. Thank God. Because what happened then is he called the local police.
Oh.
And
the Greenwich police?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Followed me or found me so I had to go around and pick up food because I was so friggin' angry. I had to calm down. And so I had to hire a lawyer, go to court.
Like I was driving my daughter up Putnam, right up the street here. What does this mean to you?
Hello?
Stop, right? What does this mean?
You smell?
Me and her are driving. She's driving her Jeep, and we're driving along. And a car pulls out of I can't remember if it was Wendy's or McDonald's, whatever. So I go like this to the guy, right? I'm sitting in the passenger side. He looks at me. I go, pulls out, bang, 2 BMWs.
Wow.
So the guy's in the car, and I'm like this.
See ya.
Like you go like this, that means don't go. I mean,
right.
Maybe he had he saw things backwards.
Well, the thing is, the final thing, when the cops came to my car, I saw them behind me, so I knew why they were pulling me over, right? So the police come to the car, and I said, listen, I kind of lost it. And they said, well, what happened? And I said, well, one thing led to another. He came over the avenue, and then the guy spit at me. And they went, what? I said, I'm not making this up. The guy spit at me. And, he told them his side of the story. And I said, well, I don't know how old I was. I'm in the early 50s or whatever. He said, I'm not driving around on a Thursday night looking to get in a fight in somebody's car. And so, but they gave us the ticket to both of us. Then we had to go to court. And when I got to the court, the judge was a big Ranger fan.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
So you get back, he gets me back in his chambers. He says, what are you doing? Well, one thing, he said, I'm going to make you guys just shake hands and we'll call it a day. So it was like,
could have went like this, Dave.
Spit on your hand.
No, it was like you get your hand in there, and I would like look at him just so you know that I know what you did to me. And he's he was shaking, then we walked away. So that was my
Nice.
my road rage issues. That was provoked.
You should have done like that, though. You should have grabbed him and pulled him in close and whispered to him.
Yeah.
That way, if anybody says anything after you see him next time and you punch him in the throat.
What can they
Hey,
do?
Chris, how's that perfect nook of yours doing? The perfectly placed nook.
Nook is doing really well.
Yeah.
Well,
Tony, send a picture of your Nook, please.
it's just a family show.
Really?
Look, Dave, I don't understand. So where did the spit end up? Was it on your car as evidence? Like,
No.
and then
He hit me right in the shoulder.
oh, wow. So
That guy's a good shot.
Yeah, I'm leaning out. He leans across and poof, spits at me.
well, how can the cops, it's a, he said,
So he said, you said, he said. Right?
yeah. So it's bullshit. How can they give you a ticket after the fact?
What he said, well, he said to me, we've got to get, He says, I've got to pull you over because we got to stop you. We got to summons you because we really don't know that you're not on your way to kill somebody, or, the way it goes now, right? The police have to protect if that one person that they didn't pull over or didn't ticket, so, hey, listen, I'm not saying that I was in the right. I think I was certainly provoked to react the way I acted, but stuff happens. So,
So did this happen on Greenwich Avenue?
no, it was off of Elm Street. So across the Elm Street Cafe, Elm Street Oyster House.
Yeah.
If I
That's where I was going in to pick up the food. So, anyway, that road, it doesn't work, but it's hard not to get involved, especially in a situation like that.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Mel, so are you ordering more crock pots than you're saying? You've got the pink one there, right?
Or what? Crack pipe?
Crock pots?
Oh, no, they're all red, Tom. They're all red. I'm stopping. I hope my purchasing on Amazon. I've slowed down because I think my credit card got to about $10,000 in debt, so that's enough.
Did Sean Avery have road rage? Is it here?
That wouldn't surprise me. I
I know he had the bike incident, right, where he was yelling at people.
Right.
Well, he tapes it like that. Why were you on the tape if you want to beat the shit out of somebody?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'm going to go with my gun tonight and I'm going to tape myself. Good move.
Yeah. No, I'm sure people say, wow, what a shock. Dave Maloney got in a road rage incident. It's like, oh, wow. Same thing, Sean Avery. What a shock.
Yeah.
Right.
True.
So, anyway.
Yeah.
But he did Sean Avery funny road rage on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
He did. Oh man. So and Rask isn't playing tonight either for Boston, right, Dave?
No. DeBrusque is back in the lineup after a healthy scratch. Sounds like.
He's a healthy scratch. Wow.
Yeah, he was a healthy scratch last game. They can't get any offense. Like he doesn't have a 5-on-5 goal all season. Krejci doesn't have a 5-on-5 goal all season.
Yeah.
You get beyond that top three. That Bruin team, they still play so hard though. I like the way Boston plays.
I was talking to Torrey Krug's agent about him not signing there, and they just didn't even put an effort into signing him at all. Apparently, that's what the agent says.
Yeah, same with Chara. There was no effort there to re-sign him either.
Yeah,
but maybe it's a decision they make. Time to move on. But I read yesterday they're going to, if they have to shake things up, they'll shake things up and make a trade. But talking about Vancouver making a trade, like the Canadian teams, if they make a trade, they can't trade with the American teams because the guys got 2 weeks COVID quarantine.
Well, Columbus and Winnipeg did it, right? So
yeah, they did it, but sit out for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
so yeah, that's.
How's that going with Tortorella and Laine? I've heard that he's on him just like he was on Dubois.
Well, they benched him part of a game, like the first or second game.
I think the second game they benched him.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. You never know till you're in the room, or who knows. Torts has had a reputation of being hard on his top guys. So,
Mel, I'm sorry, but I hate to bring this up, but this is a recurring theme. Do you just not like the fans, or
Ira?
But it's not just Ira. I think he's kind of like the spokesperson for all the fans that you kind of blow off. Like, sure, some reason.
I wouldn't say blow off, Tom. That's that's harsh. I think it's just, I don't know. Do you befriend everybody that asks you, or?
I try. I'm at my 5,000 limit, so I can't take on any more.
Oh, wow.
Friends, but
those 5,000 close personal friends you have.
Yep. They'll exchange Christmas cards and.
Yeah. Well, you know why you're at the limit, because you're a Survivor guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah. If you were just Tom
Survivor.
Yeah.
Tom, who assisted on one of Wayne Gretzky's point thing deals, probably would be That's
Right.
okay. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a rousing finish we got going here, boys. So
Well, I got one more trivia question. You guys can look this up for next week, okay? If you look in the players manual with all the players and all their stats and everything, what two players that are next to each other have the most points in the NHL combined?
What?
Gretzky and his brother.
The next two, there's two players that are like, the names, how your names go, like, could be
Listed. Anybody who's played in the league, you mean?
guys played in the league over the whatever course of time,
What, their names are alphabetically beside each other?
alphabetically listed in the NHL, whatever you call the stat thing there.
Most points?
The two guys back to back, they're not really,
Laidlaw and Melnick.
but they have that's pretty close. L and M, yeah, that'd be close together.
Yeah, they are right beside each other in the alphabet.
Yeah, well, no, they're next to each other. They're right next to each other.
My
Yeah.
guess is Gretzky. It's Wayne Gretzky and Keith Gretzky.
Nope.
Gretzky and Greshner.
There you go. You have to wait till next week for that one.
Wow. That's a pretty good one, Gresh.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Laidlaw and Melnick, right?
he couldn't have done it without me. He wouldn't have got over 3,000 combined without me. He had 2,800. Can you imagine a guy only getting 2,800 points in his career? So somebody, we played 20 years. I go, I don't care if you played 1,000 years and you get that many points.
Who's played the most number of games?
The NHL?
in the NFL or NBA or what?
NHL, Tom. We're
NHL.
talking about NHL.
NHL. I'd have to go.
Chelios?
Chelios, or it could be.
I don't know, so I'm asking you.
It could be
You can't ask a trivia question without.
I thought this is a give and take show that we learn. We're trying to learn, right?
You probably look it up. Hey Siri, who's played the most in the NHL?
Here are the
Marlo Bork.
stats from the current season. If you'd like, I can.
Siri's not paying attention. All right, so Mel, great job today, man. You were on fire. That was like the most incredible show I've ever seen anybody do here. That was unbelievable. You're great.
Thank you, Tom.
Okay.
I like the rings too, Mel.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Ryan.
I actually like the powder bag moment.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so all at the same time on three, we all say moment of the day. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Moment of the day.
Day. Brought
What
to you
was-
by
Brought to you by Feng Chu's Chinese restaurant. Is that what it is?
Wang Chung's.
Chinese.
Actually, it was on.
Wang Chung's powder bag moment of the day.
That's right. So now, Mel, you have to repeat it because we don't have it. It's not taped here, so you have to repeat it.
It's what?
It's not taped here, so you have to repeat it. That's how you do the moment of the day. It has to be repeated.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So let's hear it again, please.
When you manscape and as you get older, you notice down there the powder bag is longer than the rifle.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's profound. I'm going to put that in a book of quotes.
All right, boys. On that note,
Yeah, we're going to
next week.
get Dave. See you next Thursday.
All right. Happy St. Patrick's Day. We'll do it next Thursday.
Right.
Just